The gift card is brought to you by GiftOga,
your digital gift card platform.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the gift card. Thank you all for being here. We're just going to give everybody a second to get settled in while I do my introduction. This episode of the gift card is brought to you by GiftOga. GiftOga is a digital gift card platform that allows businesses to create, sell, and redeem their own personal gift cards. It also allows corporate and individuals to buy the gift cards that are listed by these companies. Hope everyone can hear me properly. I'm your host. My name is Natetsuyen, and on this podcast, we talk about innovations in the gift card industry and how you can maximize the benefits of these innovations. We host new guests every week, experts in the industry, and today we get to sit down with Matt Frye. He is an innovator and veteran in the gift card industry. He has had years of experience with a myriad of business services and payment solutions across banks, vendors, and corporate establishments. He is now the CEO of an innovative gift card company called CardNow, and we have him today. So, Mr. Frye, would you like to give us a short, brief introduction of yourself? My bad.
Sure. Thanks, Tina. Thanks so much for having me. I mean, you did a good job. I mean, my background, I'm a payments sort of geek, I guess would be the way to describe it. I love sort of tinkering around with different parts of the payments ecosystem, and I found myself in different roles, across product and sales, and gift cards is sort of the last 10 years or so. Lots of different pieces of the gift card market, and CardNow is something that we came up with a couple years back, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about it today.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I also have a lot I need to learn from you. I'm trying to be a CEO myself.
You'll be fine.
I think so too. Amen to that. Can you tell us a little bit about CardNow?
Sure. So it's a concept we came up with. It's been a couple of years. When I was with a company called Blackhawk, we found lots of small businesses that were buying cards that like to have an assortment of cards on hand for handing out to staff or as a part of loyalty programs, and always having physical cards available to distribute. They were left with very little options in terms of how to manage that. So they always go to retail and buy cards in bunches and stockpile them. So then you've got active cards that are loaded that, maybe you have to lock up in a drawer, and it wasn't really an effective, convenient model. So we came up with CardNow, which gives you the cards now that you need for whatever use case that you may have, and you can load them through our mobile app, and it's pretty straightforward and intuitive to use. And we founded it and started it during COVID, which has made for an interesting rollout, but great feedback, and we're excited to see what the future holds.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that sound is, but that's amazing. Your company is really innovative and helping in the areas that, especially in the pandemic, that people need help the most. Just so you guys know, you can drop questions in the comments if you have, and me and him, we're going to answer the questions you have later. You're a startup, so can you tell us what you like about being a startup?
Well, I know you want to be in a startup yourself, so I tell you that it's a double-edged sword. The thing I love about it is also the thing I don't like. It's the highs and the lows. I mean, some wins are big, and you feel it when you reach the milestones that you set out, and usually it's a small team and everybody's in lockstep, and so that's really exciting to hit milestones. But then when you miss them, they're also just as dramatic. And I think the ability to have resilience through that adversity, and have a group of people that are comfortable wearing lots of hats. You have to be able to wear all the hats. You have to be able to react to whether it's adversity in the market or, just some things just don't work the way you expect them to. The forecast is never going to be exact. But I enjoy the volatility. It keeps things lively. So being on the edge a little bit is fun, but you can certainly run out of energy pretty quickly when you're running on the edge for 2-3 years at a time. So hopefully there's an end to that at some point. So.
That's true. That's true. It can definitely be a struggle. Long hours, overworking, having to do other places you're not the best at, like wearing other hats, like you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. What about COVID? How did it impact your business? Was it positive? Was it negative? How did you react to it?
Well, I think COVID is, it's impacted lots of businesses differently. And I think some short, some long term, some of the changes may be around for good. I'm working from home, maybe that's going to be more normal. But for us, it certainly changed some of the use cases that we were trying to target. And we had to pivot and find other distribution models that would benefit because people are still buying gift cards. There still are needs to reward and incent people. And with COVID, there's lots of additional reasons to incent people potentially. So trying to react to that and be, I think, be aware of upending the entire business model. You don't want to upend. You don't want to reinvent the entire business just because something changes in the market. You have to have the ability to sort of make small changes and hopefully stick to your guns. And if there's a value that you created when you started the business, that it doesn't evaporate overnight. You may just have to talk about it differently, market it differently, and just find a go-to-market shift versus reinventing the product. So I think we've done well. There's still changes going on because of COVID, and I think that's why if I'm happy in a startup with all the change, then I'm probably happy with COVID. Given us some challenges.
Okay, so you've gone through being a startup, like you said. What tips or advice would you give to other people that are trying to have a startup in the gift card business? Like, what did you wish you knew at the time?
Well, I mean, in any business, if you find some value for a customer base, then you should stick with that and try to be excellent at whatever it is that you're trying to, whatever value it is that you're trying to provide. Because I think you can't set out to reinvent everything or to create a revolution, to create the electric car, or you don't set out trying to the buy now pay later stuff that's going on in fintech. These small companies that started with these business models, I'm sure they didn't expect that they would be selling for the valuations they're selling for, but they started off meeting a customer need and being excellent at it to the point that the growth came as a result. So when you're starting something new, whether it's in gift cards or anything else, I just find that you can't get distracted. You can't get off. I mean, this is a theme. I've said it a couple times now. You can't get pulled off of what your true line is. And so if this is what we're providing, this is the service, and we know that there's value, and we've got feedback to that effect, let's double down on that and become excellent, and then you can set yourselves apart with the growth that will come from it. So.
Oh, thank you very much for that advice, and I hope it was helpful to any startups that are listening. The company I work for, GiftOga, we're also a fairly new company who also established our gift card services to help, especially with the pandemic. You've had the chance to explore it. Do you have anything you'd like to say about the service?
I think, as I was saying, you guys are finding a need, and you're filling it with gift card services, voucher services, redemption model that works for small businesses that wouldn't otherwise have gift cards to distribute. And I think the original need was it's about bringing cash in. When COVID started, small businesses were hit the worst. cash flow was impacted, and if they could sell cards and get some cash in, then that obviously helps them sustain the business. So filling that need, there's tons of value there, and I think building off of that and being excellent at providing gift card issuing and redemption solutions for small business, you're going to find ways to innovate further into those businesses. And I think you guys are positioned really well. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Thank you. You're definitely right. And I do hope that we can all, as small businesses, as people who are in the industry, I hope we can work together to further polish the services that we offer to our consumers in general. Okay, lastly, is there anything you'd like to add to this? Anything you just want to say?
Well, again, just thanks for having me. And I'll just reiterate that I'm excited to see what you guys can do. I know the platform is very innovative, built from the ground up. It's not just layers on top of existing infrastructure. You guys have built something really special, and I think the execution is already it's going well, and I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some business together down the road too.
Definitely, me too. Thank you very much for being here. We don't have any questions today. We do encourage more questions whenever you guys have anything you want to ask. One more thing, the gift card giveaway. So I already see someone who has left their comment, but to be able to be eligible to get the $25 gift card, you should follow us on all our social medias, subscribe to the podcast, which normally gets updated after the live, and finally leave a comment saying GiftOga as well as the date you're listening to this on any of the platforms that you are on. So thank you, Mr. Math Frye, for being here today. I really appreciate it, and you guys should visit him at www.cardnow.com. They have many benefits that you can get from there, so please do, and I hope to get to work with you and see you again in the future.
Thanks, Tina. Take care. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye. Till next time.